Hello. Hi, everybody. It's me, Martha from Inkuto Inspirations. I did say to you earlier, a few weeks ago, that I would be coming to you from time to time to share different things with you on Inkuto Inspirations. Um, Something just came to me a couple of days ago. It kind of bothered me, and I just wanted to share this with all of you. And I'm hoping that it will inspire you to look into your community and to possibly change some things. What happened was I was on Facebook, and there was a news feed of a man, and he was really upset, and he was in the school office, and he was raising all kinds of sand about some children that he had seen at the park up the street. And so his issue was that he was told by these students why they were in the park instead of at school, because he asked them, why are you in the park? Why aren't you at school? And they said to him that they made us leave because we didn't have on the proper uniforms. So, some schools have students who they have to wear uniforms. And I'm all about uniforms. I understand that because everybody can't afford everything. And some parents, they go all out and buy their children all these fancy clothes. And everybody really can't afford that. So the uniform kind of helps change all that bullying and all of that kind of nonsense. But he said that he looked at the children and they all had on new shoes. And he said, well, what's wrong with your shoes? And he said that they said that the principal told them that they had to have on all black shoes. They couldn't have white in them. They couldn't have red in them. They couldn't have blue in them. There had to be a solid black. So his concern was, are you serious? You put these children out in the street. You didn't notify their parents, first of all. And second of all, you just told them to go home. So they were trying to explain to them their side of the story. And he's like, you don't have a side of the story because these are underage children that you told to get out of your school because their shoes did not follow protocol. Mind you, this was in Newark, New Jersey, an all-black school, all black staff, and all black children. So if they're going to treat the kids that way, how do you expect anybody else to treat the kids that way? So that really bothered me because, I was a single parent for all my child's life. And I know it was hard for me to provide for the one child that I had. And I can't imagine somebody who has 2 and 3 children. But the point is, how do you do that? So prior to that, I was watching a YouTube channel, and this woman, African-American woman, a black woman, however she wants to identify herself, this woman, she was saying that her son was cleaning out his closet and he was getting rid of all of his old sneakers and he wanted to get new sneakers. And so the daughter came by and she was like, well, maybe I could wear some of them. And she said, yeah, try them on. So she tried on a pair of all black sneakers. And she said, these sneakers fit me. And they're like brand new. She said, well, take them. The daughter went in the bag, a big old garbage bag. You know how we do. And I'm going to tell you, those sneakers that young man was throwing away looked like they hadn't even been worn. The mother said he doesn't really wear his things. And the things that he does wear, he keeps them really nice. And so the mother said, yeah, I'm gonna take them to a shelter. She said, I'm not going to give it to the Goodwill because the Goodwill is going to charge these people all this money to buy these sneakers when they really don't have the money. And I agreed with her totally. I thought that was the best thing. So that's what I'm coming on here today to say to you, to make that long story a little shorter, is that if you have children and of any age, they could be from newborn up to high school. If you have some gently used items, instead of giving them to the Goodwill or the Salvation Army, take them to a shelter. If you have a shelter in your area, take them to the shelter where these people can get these items and use them. See, I don't have a problem going into Goodwill or all these stores, but I was in the Goodwill the other day as well. And me and a young lady had a very deep conversation because they had a pair of Michael Kors shoes in that store for $50. I'm in the Salvation Army. Somebody gave you that stuff. And now you're trying to make a huge fortune off of it. So that's why, and that's where I come from, and that's where I'm saying, take it directly to the shelter where you know they don't have to pay anything. Because me, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not paying $50 for no shoes out the Goodwill store. I don't care who they buy. It's not going to happen. But the things in the Goodwill store, my point is, are so expensive. And I think it's kind of sad because I, like many other people, donate. I donate the stuff. I mean, somebody can use it, let them have it. But the reason why there's so much stuff in those stores is because nobody's buying it because it's too expensive. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm going to spend $25, $35, $45 for a blouse, I'm going to go to Macy's and buy it. I'm going to go somewhere other than this thrift store to buy it. And like I said, I really don't care whose name is in it because I'm not into labels, first of all. But second of all, I'm not spending that kind of money in no thrift store, secondhand store, Salvation Army, Goodwill. I don't care what you call it. Not happening. So just think about what I said, because we all do give to these places willingly, heartfelt, and there's nothing wrong with it. But because there are so many young people out here, young children, who want to have fashionable things and their parents can't afford it, take it to the shelter and give it to them. I may not have anything to offer, but the mother might be able to wear a shirt like this and I could help her out. But I don't have any small children. But, you know, my niece has kids and I'm going to ask her if she would think about doing the same thing. That's all I'm asking you, to think about it. But that's what I wanted to come on and just give you to think about ways to help out in your community. If you see somebody in your community who needs a helping hand, you know, don't ask them, can I help you? Just help them, because you know they need help, because you know people have a lot of pride, and you just help them. But I do have a funny little story to tell you. I went into the Dollar Tree one day, and there was this man outside. And he was telling me all about buying a can of salmon. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I like salmon cakes. I make them all the time. Not all the time because I don't really eat breakfast. But I said, oh, okay. So I went into the store and I was looking for the salmon. They didn't have any. And I know they sell it because I have bought it from there. And I bought him a can of sardines. And this man said to me, I don't want that. That ain't nothing but some cat food. I don't eat that. And I said, excuse me, sir? I said, you wanted the mackerel? And he was like, I might have wanted some mackerel, but I didn't ask you to buy me any, and I definitely don't want that. And I was like, excuse me. See, some people are just ungrateful. And then he realized that he had just went a little bit too far. And we stood there and we had a long conversation because I was looking at him like, you have got to be kidding me. He said, I think people think I don't have money. And I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, yeah, they probably are. But you know, even though sometimes we get it wrong, we still got to try to help. Love you. Stay blessed, my people. help out those in your community. Take your stuff to the shelter and stop supporting the Salvation Army, because I don't know what they be doing. But I know one thing. This stuff is too high.